So the slugging meta is really starting to catch on in Dead by Daylight, I feel, and survivors are starting to notice. I am running into it more when I play Survivor, as well as I continue to do it on Killer most nights that I play. Just to re-explain what I mean by this, the slugging meta is that nobody gets picked up until everybody's down in Dead by Daylight, and it is designed or intended to counter extremely strong survivor perks such as Shoulder the Burden, Fast Track, Resurgence, Babysitter, Deliverance, Dead Hard, Decisive Strike, excessive healing builds, and Sabotage, which is less important because it's really not that good. Anyways, I had this game tonight on Fallen Refuge against this team of, frankly, very good survivors. I know some of these people, they're great. Like the Tae Young in this game, I've had him on Survivor before. He's a really good player. Um, and we had a really good conversation after the game about whether this is necessary and the fact that it's not very fun to play against. And I agree, it's not very fun to play against. Personally, I think it's kind of fun to play against in a team, but I recognize that I'm the minority there. But it's undeniably terrible to play against in solo or duo queue, or even when you have one random, when the killer just doesn't pick anybody up and you're playing against coulrophobia, infectious fright. Like it's just undeniably bad to play against in most situations. But I think it's necessary, and that's where the Tae Young in this game. I'm just gonna say who he is because I think he's a good guy. He's a great player. It's Siptonic. He's a streamer. You guys should go follow him. He's a great survivor, and I respect him for that. Um, and we had like a good honest conversation about it, but I think it's necessary, frankly, to be leaving people on the ground right now with the current state of the game. Um, I don't like to play the Blight, and I think with the state of things in the game right now, Shoulder the Burden, Fast Track, Resurgence, Babysitter, Deliverance, Dead Hard, Decisive Strike, Hyper Focus Stakeout with brand new parts. I'm seeing that in almost every game I play now in at least one survivor. Luck builds giving survivors unhook for free. All of these things being brought to light by various content creators, especially Hens. He's drawing attention to them, which is a good thing because hopefully they get changed. But all of these extremely strong builds are being seen more and more and more often. Builds that punish the killer for hooking, builds that punish the killer for the regular gameplay loop of not necessarily hard tunneling somebody at 5 or not slugging. And then you combine those things with the base kit hand holding that survivors have gotten over the last couple of years, like 70-second hook stages. Quietly one of the worst changes they've ever made. 15 seconds of endurance, even in endgame, giving to survivors just free escapes. When you combine all of those insane builds that are proliferating and becoming more and more common in every match with these base kit hand holding changes that we've gotten so often, changes that are intended to help bad survivors survive, but they just end up being abused by people who are already good at the game to make everything unbalanced and unfun. It creates a game state where the only viable option to beat very strong teams of good survivors, because yes, we know that you basically get free wins against poor solo queue players, but because those wins are free, it means they're meaningless and unsatisfying. So I'm only talking about playing against good teams and good players here. The only way to do that right now, if you're not playing the Blight, is to leave everybody on the ground. Because you can't run into those perks. They're all together, they're too strong, you can't deal with them, or you're going to lose playing normally. I don't want to play Blight, so I'm doing this. Open to debate.